This is Princess Jordan here. Like my mom's Queens of Queens page.
Bringing you joy to your day, and I hope that you here to stay. But if you not, I hope you get to where you going safe. Them bad feelings I will erase. If you let my vibe take its place, how could you tell me you not into this? It's written on your face. I know me and you can relate. This the way I communicate. If nothing else, you gon' love the way I motivate. This piece is for your mind. Nowadays I know that it's hard to find. If you've been feeling like you've been rushing, just take your time. Stop and smell the roses, cause really nobody knows when God is gon' give his tokens. Just know them doors is closing, but while them doors is open, we gon' put this love in motion. Can you hear the commotion? We do our own promotion, living our life behind the mic, and this won't end tonight. Before we get back on the road, we finna get this right. Everything will be okay if you want it to be. You only experience what you want to see. You're taken over by your emotions.
Hey everyone, it's Queens of Queenz Radio here. It's Queen Myesha. This is Kingz of Queenz discussion group. Queen Shavaka, you there?
Hey everybody, Queen Shavaka, blessings to you. Glad you guys are all be a part of our panel. Is the topic.
Yes.
Queenz Radio.
So the topic today, Queen Shavaka, is the N-word. To use or not to use? That is the question. Now, I know I work at a high school with all these little unruly teenagers, and they use this word like it's going out of style. So I think this topic is really valid in 2019, which is ridiculous. We still have to talk about this, but everyone to introduce themselves.
Well, I'm Queen Shavaka from Queens of Queenz Radio, and who else is on the panel today?
Well, I am Queen Jani from Washington, D.C., checking in with Queens of Queenz Radio. I am now the new host on the Weekly Finesse on WinDCRadio.com in Washington, D.C.
Cool. Okay. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Yes, congratulations. Good evening, family. I am King Aijalon, the Antubu of Loyal African Minds and Joint African Markets. It's my pleasure to be on this very important topic. It's a critical time in our history, and I'm glad that we're going to talk about this and hopefully come out with a solution. Thank you, I'm Chris Lawson. I'm here in San Jose, California, first time caller. Thank you guys for allowing me to be here tonight. Speaking to you guys on this topic.
Absolutely.
Great and blessings to all. Peace, love, and happy, prosperity, all that great stuff. This is Dedan Kimathi. Once again on the panel. I love this panel. It's a beautiful come together. I appreciate this right here. Thank you for the invite.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
No bad. That's a thank you. Fun center. Thanks for the invite.
Absolutely. So, I'm going to refresh everyone's memory what the topic is. The N-word. To use or not to use? Question mark. That is the question. So, the discussion is open.
Queen Shavaka, Queens of Queenz Radio. As an educator of young minds, I would say the influential mind of my teacher, they're so impersonable, and most children are products of their environment. Now, if you're using the N-word freely, they're learning from adults how to use the word freely, and they don't understand that it's...
Wait a minute, Queen Shavaka. I'm sorry to cut you off. There's a lot of background noise. Go ahead, Queen Shavaka. Sorry about that.
We're starting from our youth on up. Now, if youth are never taught the significance of the history of that word from slave on up to being raised in the South and it being a derogatory term, they will think that it's a term of socialization, so to speak. And I once did a survey of what is it about that word? When is it okay to say that word? Is it okay to say that word with your friends, but not allow someone to say it as the wrong color to say it to you? When is it okay? When is it not okay? And a gentleman once told me that it means never, NIDGA, means never ignorant, getting goals accomplished. Now, if that is truly the definition behind that word, then why isn't it okay if somebody clear says that word? What makes it derogatory for somebody if that is the definition of that word? And then you have to go back to your ancestry. Is your grandma, great-grandpa, great-grandma, grandpa who were slaves, would they find this word okay to you? Would just as a greeting or saying hello or as a part of the culture nowadays? And so, yeah, this is a very, very juicy topic as far as being a younger generation. When is it not okay to say it? So I look forward to listening to the insights of everyone on the panel.
Absolutely. So we have someone on the phone that's never joined us before. So I would like to ask Chris to give us his insight on people who use the N word, or since it's part of the discussion, use the word nigger or nigga, whatever you want to put at the end of it.
Well, first off, I agree with my sister said. It's something that we definitely have to look into because we struggle first of all with self-identity as Black people already. So the word nigger or nigger to me will never be positive. And I get frustrated because like my sister said, I've also heard people say, well, never ignorant, getting green always. Well, okay, why do we have to add a positive meaning to it, but it was always derogatory? So I've had a lot of experiences with this word. Now, one that stands out particularly to me is when I first went away to college up in Northern California. I recruited to play football up in Redding, California. We're walking down the street. So if this is such a positive word, why, as Black men in a small town full of white people, would a truck drive by carrying a bunch of white gentlemen and scream out the word nigger, and laugh and throw stuff at you? Why is that positive? That word has nothing positive. If you got to yell at your truck screaming nigger at people, it's the meaning word. It's the meaning. It will never have anything positive. And I get frustrated with it because we try to socially make it comfortable or cool. I don't like that at all.
Now, Chris, Chris, now you and I talked, I think yesterday, about this subject, and you were telling a story about when you were basically checked by one of your older brothers for using the word and why you were checked on using that word. Can you please share that story with us?
Okay. So I'm 41 years old. I haven't used this word since 1991. And there was a reason why. And I used to use it all the time because that's what I grew up around. I grew up around Black males in the neighborhood, yelling the word nigga. We heard it in rap songs. It was cool, so it was ingrained in me to say the word. So there's an experience that happened in me and my brother's life, Andrea, who's also on the phone, where our uncle was murdered by skinheads. I was 7th grade, grade or 8th grade. So, my older brother, he's more, he was into the family, so he got a lot of information that I didn't get. So he actually heard me say the word, oh, what's up, nigga? And he's like, what? He's like, don't you ever use that word again. Don't say that. And I'm just like, why? He's like, don't say that word. And he explained it to me. So when the skinheads, were in trial, their whole motive or whatever came out as to why they did it. So they said that, they got drunk, they were at a party, whatever. And so they decided to have some fun, drive around and look for a nigger or a stick to kill. So now, sitting down and thinking about that word, like, okay, well, wait a minute. They didn't kill no nigger. They killed my uncle. They killed my dad's brother. They killed my mother's son. So by me using that word, to me mentally justifies that, oh, that's what they were looking for. That's who they killed. No, he killed my family member. He's not a nigger. So the light right there turned on me like, yo, I can never use this word again. Because it'll justify in some way that, oh, that's what they were looking for. That's what they killed. So that really hit home with me. And ever since then, when I hear people say it, like it just hurts my soul. Me personally, it hurts my soul. So.
Yeah, that story was a very powerful story on how you came to a realization that word should be left where it is, which is we don't use it. I was on Facebook about 2 days ago, and someone a black man post saying, "Why does white women feel like it's okay to say the word nigger?" And I put on there because not enough of us slap them in the mouth when they say it. This I'm not promoting violence. What I really mean is we need to check them, verbally check them and embarrass their ass. But this one chick just posted today. She's a white lady. She's like, "Oh well, I have a black boyfriend and I call him nigger. Yeah, I have to admit it, but I don't call anybody else that." And I could have went in on her, but I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna let her ignorant ass stay right there so everybody could see this. But it's just ridiculous. That's what I think. I think again, me working in a high school, these younger generation, they don't check anybody. Like I actually had a conversation with 2 Mexican students today who used that word, and I said, hey, I'm sitting right here. You guys already know my stance on that word, and I had to break it down to them why they shouldn't use that word. And I'm like, I don't go around, or no one goes around calling you guys derogatory names. So please don't disrespect me and my ancestors who died hearing that word, the last word they heard. Don't do that in front of me. And so it seemed like I got through to them a little bit, but what it is I see the black students letting the white students, the Mexican students, call them this, and they don't check them. And I told these young kids, I was like, you know what, you're just in an area where the teachers, the staff, the administrator, and the other students condone it, but you go to some other areas in this country, you gonna know that word should never come out of your mouth, especially not in public, especially not to a black person.
Well, sister, I'm glad you checked them because if they don't get checked, they think, okay, well, I said it around one black person, it's okay. I said it around another black person, it's okay. I said it around the next black person, it's okay. So they become comfortable with it. But we, as people who don't feel comfortable with it, we need to check them so they're uncomfortable saying that. So now they're starting to think, oh, can I say it around this person? Oh, can I say it around that person? And the more they get checked, like, okay, well, you know what? Maybe I shouldn't say it. Because same thing happened with me. I was, I think I told you the story, at the gym, in the bathroom, and I heard 2 voices. There was a black voice, and there was a Hispanic voice. And I could tell the Hispanic voice was using the word more than the black voice. He's like, yeah, my nigga, my nigga, my nigga, my nigga. I'm just like, okay, hold on. I said, so let me hurry up and get out so I can go and see who's saying this, because I'm going to check both of them. And so, and I always go about doing things in a polite way where I don't ruffle feathers, but I try to get my point across, because if you attack them, they shut down and they don't hear you. So I got out and I'm like, okay, well, and you know, the young black gentleman. I said, so you feel it's all right for him to call you his nigga? I said, well, you belong to him? You his property? You his set? You his slave? I said, why are you his nigga? And why are you allowed to call you my nigga? I said, so how would you feel to the synagogue if he said, what's up, my wetback or my stick? And you should have saw the face. His eyes got big and was like, yo, how dare you say that? And to me, I'm like, well, okay, well, you can use, I said, well, it's okay to use our derogatory word and try and make it cool, like it's okay. And he's like, oh, well, this is my boy, we friends, we go back like this. And I'm like, okay, well, if you had that much respect for him, why would you call him that? That's a derogatory name. So you're putting him down with that. And so I looked at the brother, I said, you don't belong to him. You ain't nobody's nigga. You're not property. I said, you're a black man. You're a king. You're a prince. Don't you look at yourself as nothing other than that. Stop letting this man put you beneath him. So, it's just the generation now is they're trying to make it like it's okay. And no one is telling these kids that, have more respect for yourself. But actually, a lot of that goes back to the parents. You got parents calling their kids niggas. Oh, this little nigga, this little nigga, this little nigga. Well, hold on, man. You're not going to give this child a chance in life already? You calling them something like that? Come on. So it's something that I feel that we need, and I'm glad I'm on this panel. We need to teach our young people that you're not that. You're better than that. You'll always be better than that. You will never be a nigga. You never have been, nor will we ever be niggas.
That's all. How y'all doing? This is Jani coming in.
When you had that discussion with him in that gym, you breaking that down to them, what was the feedback, or were they receptive to that? What was the outcome of that conversation when you broke that down to them like that, brother? Well, the young brother came at me and said, I've never had anybody tell me anything like that. I've never had it put to me like that. The Spanish guy was, he was irritated. He was pissed because, why I can't say no. Okay, well, I'll start calling you my wetback. But the brother, he was like, yo, man, he's like, okay, I get what you're saying. I think that Spanish guy was so pissed he left the gym. Wow, out of here. Just like what you said, when you said stick and wetback, you didn't feel that shit. Eyes were like some gold out there, silver dollars. But again, when you get an example, he was able to pretty much feel you, but he was so stuck on stubbornness, he wouldn't really say to receive that like that. Because he still wanted to be a damn wannabe. You know what I mean? So, but the brother did feel you, all right? Oh, yeah, he definitely felt me. And then also, I coach football out here in San Jose. So, we got young kids from everywhere. And I try to tell them the same thing. You got to look at yourself as something better than that. And like I was telling you guys in the conversation earlier this week, I had a kid, and they called him preacher on the team because, he has actually, he's a preacher. He's a young preacher at a church. And so he was saying the word, and I had to call him over. I said, come here, man. I said, hold on. Why would you call yourself? How they young, and they're like, oh, well, it means it's cool. It's a term of endearment. I said, term of endearment. Okay. And so I went through this view with him, and I got to him by asking him this question. I said, well, is your grandmother a nigga? And he looked at me like, what? I said, is your grandma my nigga? And he was like, hell no, my grandma ain't no nigga. And I said, well, how can she make it?
Wow.
And he looked at me like, wow. Wow. In fact, our older brother had a conversation like that too with an individual before too. In a conversation, he tried to rationalize and justify his usage of the word and break it all down. What we said with an A and they said with an ER. Then when we say I'm pulling a trigger, we don't say trigger, we say trigger. That's just how we talk when we pronounce our words. We don't put no damn ER at the end. We pronounce it with an A. That's just all in our accent. But when my brother was breaking it down to a brother, he tried to use all these words to justify it and rationalize it. But then to finalize what my brother was saying to get through to him, okay, he said to the brother who he had the conversation with, okay, because I never was saying shit like this to my grandmother coming up out of Mississippi, Alabama, Oklahoma, Texas, or any one of those places where we was, the racism was at an all-time high. Real, baby, they was blatant with it out there. In fact, that's what caused the migratory route. Some our people leaving the South coming here to the Richmond, the Oakland, the San Franciscos, and all that right there. They were leaving from all that terrorism from the damn South. But not just the lynches and the killings and all that like that. Before they lynched and killed and brutalized your ass, of course you know what words they ass used too. So for us to think that's cool right there, though, that's really just shitting on our damn ancestors. I'm pretty sure when we meet our ancestors, once we transition and come up out of this physical life, I know a lot of our ancestors, they're going to be like, hold the hell on, man. Do you know what we've been through and how we died? That was the last word that we heard. And you sit up there, you don't see nothing wrong with that right there. Like I say, it was real. It's all bad, though.
Can I speak?
Oh, absolutely, Queen Janae.
Okay, I was being really quiet. I had to eat something right quick. I'm sorry about the noise. But my standpoint on the N-word is I take the power back from the nigger to the nagas. Okay, if you know anything about Buddhisms and the Africans of East Asia, you can actually look this up. It's called the Africans of East Asia, Sambo. We talk about Sambo and can you hear me?
Yeah. King Aijalon, put your phone on mute. Yeah, we can hear you fine over here.
Okay. Now, when I came across this information about reincarnation and that we are the Nagas, we are the Nagasaki. I know you heard of Nagasaki in Japan, right? That's like the land of the black. The Nagas were a people that were able to be reincarnated, and they came back to this earth until they got it right. It's a depiction of the handwriting on the walls. It's a beautiful story, and everybody I meet, I show them to this story and everything. I was like, this is where they get, the Bible story hanging on the cross, everything that we know about who we think we are. It was derivative of this reincarnation from the Nagas. So you can look them up, Nagas, Nagas, and Sambo, the Africans of East Asia. And in that word and term, nigger, they really are calling us the Nagas. You know what I'm saying? The niggas, the Nagas, the niggas. After so long, you use a word so many times, it comes out different ways. For so long, you would think, oh yeah, that's a Naga, that's a nigga. Different areas or whatever, like just being in DC as opposed to California, the different dialect and everything. I'm not gonna go into all the history, but I want you to research the word Nagas. This is what they have been calling us. You know what I'm talking about? The Nagas or whatever. So when I say the term niggas, I use it in a kingly manner because what I learned that Nagas means king of kings. So if I call you a nigga, and you my nigga, you my king, you know what I'm saying? It's a derogatory name if you don't know no better. If you know the history and you implanted in your mind that you a slave and all that stuff like that, yes. And the kids use it unconsciously because they hear it so much in the music lyrics, but they're not being taught properly where it derives from. I have always wondered, why did they call us a nigger if we wasn't one? If it didn't come from somewhere, it had to come from somewhere. They call you a Sambo. Sambo is not a derogatory meaning. Sambo was the greatest warrior that there ever was. That's the Buddha, the black Buddha.
Okay, I'm gonna shake something up a little bit, Queen Janae. I'm gonna shake something up a little bit. So, we all assume that all of us as black people on the phone right now, our ancestors came on slave ships. That's what we're just assuming right now, just for the sake of the discussion. So
Okay.
just say my great grandpa was a slave, and he's getting the shit beat out of him and called a nigger over and over, and his kids are watching him being called a nigger over and over, getting the shit beat out of him. He doesn't know that history about the Nagas. So that word to him means he's lower than a dog, where he's being beat in front of his own seeds, and he can't do anything about it.
Right. That's correct. But that's what I'm telling you, sister. We gotta take the power back into the word, and we gotta take our power back from the word. We gotta take our power and our language back from the derogatory means. We can start that right now. Like when I immediately, I mean, that's not to say that I just go around calling people the N word or whatever, but I had to just be like, okay, I can look at it from the standpoint of, oh, a nigga is a bad thing or a nigga is a good thing. A nigga that I know, because I have that information now that I can't ignore, and I can't say I didn't read this or I didn't research it. I didn't try the information. I didn't go behind people that was just talking and look at it and find the derivatives of the word. So if we start teaching our kids, you know, if you really want to know what a nigga is, look it up. Let me show you this right here. A novel, this right here. You know what I'm saying? But it's not a good word to use just to throw around for the kids, but it's too late now. You got a whole generation of people that have been using it.
Let me get a whole. In other words, this generation after generation after generation after generation, all the way through slavery. The reason why people are using it is because our ancestors did use it, and it's been passed down that way. Whether we look at it as a good word or a bad word.
But the history, I'm telling you, I'm just giving you my standpoint. The history of the word, nobody questions where it came from. The originals, nigga, naga, you know what I'm saying? They don't know the definition of it. They don't know the history behind it. But if you teach it, they might use it a little better.
Let me get in here, please. Okay. Queen Jani is absolutely right. Real quick, brother, real quick. That's why I hear about a lot of people that so-called conscious too about the Naga. Can I get up in here right quick, bro? Naga. Yeah, how come we just don't say Naga then? Can I get up in here? Saying exactly what that damn white man said and then trying to justify it though. Can I get up in here? If it's Naga, then we should be saying Naga then. But a lot of these so-called conscious cats, they still talk about nigga this, nigga that. They supposed to be conscious, but you're using the same talking point as a damn white supremacist terrorist did to you, though. That's just like it's a term that, okay, we all know what queen means, and then we all of a sudden get captured, and then, caught up in the transatlantic slave trade. Keep in mind the word queen. And then our ancestors with the slave master, he take that name and he just racialize it, and if you don't say queen, you say some shit like queer. And then all of a sudden we just saying shit that the slave master say. We ain't say queen. We're going to say the exact talking from the same word that the damn slave master used, though. If the queen, then let it be damn queen. And let's say queen. Let's not say queer after the damn slave master, though. Let Aijalon say something. He was trying to get his word in. Oh, yeah, I tried to get out there before I lose my train of thought, and then it's going to go up. So I know Aijalon's going to go on one like that. Go ahead.
So wait a minute real quick. Wait a minute real quick. Wait a minute real quick. You guys. Hey, you guys, real quick. After King Aijalon, we're gonna break and we're gonna do part 2. So go ahead, King Aijalon.
Lord, after mine, come on, just please like, comment, subscribe, share. This is for you. Participate. Title, the N word, nigga, nigger, negro, naga, negas, Nigeria, Niger. It has so many variants. You know, right?
That white man didn't none of that.
It has so many different
You
variants.
gotta remember, the white folks couldn't read, so okay, they can't read.
It has so many different variants of this word, and when we take it from a sociological point of view, words travel, they evolve, they always change. So, according to the story, the Europeans didn't have no language, he couldn't walk. Somebody had to teach him how to talk. His vowels, his vocal cords, couldn't pronounce the words that we pronounce, and we were the ones who actually taught them. So somewhere in the legislation there was a mistranslation or a mispronunciation. Fast forward, here we are. Whether the word was good in the past, we know it was a fucked up word in the past. And I'm guilty, because I was in prison, and you can get seen about something. You know, you do some push-ups, you do some sit-ups, you work on, work out, you go write some essays, you go do something, because we're trying to break the spell. And so, if they took something from us, of the preventing us from doing something as far as language is concerned, language is evolutionary. So, just like you went from a positive word to a negative word, we today, if we want to cut it out, we can cut it out, but we have to replace it with something. So a solution is, if we came together in unison, instead of defending it or fighting it, we can nothing with that damn word, and we can come up with a whole new word, and we can crown ourselves with a new word that has never been in creation before. Chris, those are the words that we can't help me you right now.
We can't go with wasaba.
Wasaba?
Wasaba.
Okay, so that's how powerful our creativity is. That's how powerful creation is. That's how powerful evolution is. If it's something that we got to cut out and we need to cut out cancer, don't look at the cancer and say, hey, we ate turnips in Ethiopia and turnips is a cure of cancer, and we know the cancer and we know the turnips is GMO now. Now, you can be good. And so I'm guilty of it too. As a matter of fact, I even used the word tonight. But I promised my brother, Dedan, Kimathi, I was going to cut it out by February. I got to work for the YouTube. And let's try to justify that reality. And we do that. And sometimes we got to face realities. Sometimes we got to let some shit go. And so I say, let the Filipinos, the Mexicans, and white boys keep the word. And just move ahead of them and come up with a whole new word. And that's unique in yours, and don't give it away. Don't let the culture vultures get it. And when we say it, we know what we mean. It's just, that's discipline. To be able to fast, to be able to diet. So we got to fast ourselves off this environment and all the rest of the negative incantations that we pass aside the spells that we place the spells on. Because English is a word full of witchcraft. It's a word full of wizardry. It is a word full of sorceries. The King English, American English, Australian English. And so we're in the back end trying to master something that we ain't going to master. But we have the right and ability to use the creativity of our mind, our intellect, our intelligence, and go into our imagination to come up with a whole new language. I mean, after 400 years, and we see worldwide that our people are divided by words that we couldn't unite. The white man came and got us, the Asian came and got us, the Persians came and got us because we spoke too many goddamn languages. What's wrong with sitting at the table and coming up with a whole new language, a whole new way of living? In the Bible it says New Jerusalem. The Quran says New Mecca. The prophets of Africa, New Africa. And so it's time. In our hearts and soul, we can come up with something new. Instead of sitting here and beat the same argument of whether the word is good or bad. Yes, it do have its roots in MAGA, if we go through history. But right now, we got a whole entire planet off of our rap music and saying nigga. And so we can change the dynamic starting today. And so if we did stop using the word, I just want to ask the panel, what would we use to replace it?
Okay, hold on real quick. Hold on. Let's keep that thought. Please, nobody hang up. This is ending of part 1. So we're going to start part 2. So everyone who's listening, please find the link to part 2.